Hello there, welcome back. It is Cheryl at the Made on Sunday studio where we talk about branding, design, and creative entrepreneurship. So before we move on with the video, I would be so grateful if you would subscribe to this channel if those are topics that you're interested in. So today's video is all about being a mindful business or a mindful entrepreneur. Last week, I created a video about my typical mindful day in the life as a graphic designer and business owner. And I got a lot of questions from you on my Instagram page about what I actually do, like what are the exact practices and what does it actually mean to be a mindful business or a mindful entrepreneur. So I wanted to dive deep into that topic today in this video to help you if you are thinking about starting a business or you already run a business on how to switch some of these mindset changes, kind of increase your mental health, but also increase your physical health so that you can be more mindful in your business. So I looked up the true definition of the word mindful online. So I'm just gonna read it out loud for you because I have it right here. It is deliberately aware of your body, mind, and feelings in the present moment in order to create a feeling of calm. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think about business and entrepreneurship, I typically don't associate that with the word calm immediately. And I totally get that because when I first started my business, it was nothing close to calm, trust me. There was a lot of stress, there was a lot of hustle, there was a lot of like trying to promote myself and reaching out, cold calling, cold emailing. It was a lot of chaos and a lot of hard labor, like work involved. So it really was nothing like calm. But after running my business for about 1.5 to 2 years now, I realize how important it is to take care of myself so that I can truly be there for my clients. So I wanted to kind of shift your mindset into what I mean by a mindful entrepreneur. As a mindful entrepreneur, you are fully aware of not only what you say and how you show up and what your thoughts are, but it's truly being mindful of your oneself. And what I mean by that is whether it be your thoughts or your feelings or your intentions, your values, how you grew up, like why you actually started your business and your origin story. All of these things, if you are truly aware of those things and clear about what you have overcome to achieve where you are at today and truly knowing what you want from your business and from your life, it's at that moment when you truly can create a business that really fits into your life. You can design your business in a way that truly aligns and fits into your life and not the other way around. Now, I feel like being a mindful entrepreneur in this specific way is probably more tuned towards like service-based entrepreneurs because in order to align your business to who you truly are, as a service-based business, you really are the product itself. You're the one who is the unique story in this business, and you're the reason why your clients want to work with your service rather than another person. So I think if you are, running your own service-based business right now, copywriter, coaches, graphic designers, artists, then this is probably the right video for you. So I'm just gonna list out a couple of different benefits of being a mindful entrepreneur. As a mindful entrepreneur today, I wake up every morning fully rested, mental clarity, and with so much excitement and calm at the same time. Like I feel so creative and just ready to take on the day. And yeah, I think that is probably one of the biggest changes that you will see once you start developing some of these more mindful practices throughout your entrepreneurship journey. Another incredibly important benefit of being a mindful entrepreneur is to prevent burnout at all costs. I used to be in a corporate 9-to-5, and I didn't necessarily get to like full out burnout, but I was pretty close to it. And that's when I quit my job. So I understand how easy it is to get to that point with all the glamorization of hustling and working hard in order to achieve, goals or whatever. So when you're running a business, it is so easy to get out of hand because one, you're excited to try out all these new things, and two, you feel like you need to keep up with other people in your industry and do exactly what other successful, quote unquote, successful people are doing in order to achieve the same kinds of success. But what you don't see is behind the curtain, how many hours they're actually working, how they actually feel about their business, and just feeling like if you don't work, you won't be successful and you won't make money. And that's just a really, really toxic mindset that will cause burnout. So one of the true reasons why I wanted to be more of a mindful entrepreneur is to prevent this at all costs. The next benefit of being a mindful entrepreneur is the clarity and the organization of clarity that comes with it. When you understand yourself, what your needs are, where you came from, why you started your business, and who you're trying to speak to and for what purpose, when you know all of these things about yourself, then you gain that clarity, and with that, you organize it in a way that allows you to be in flow when you're working. That is pretty much the opposite of burnout, is to work in flow. When time goes by and you're just like, wow, I just worked for like 2 hours, heads down, didn't even realize time flew by and I achieved so much. That is when you know you are working in flow. And that comes with one, clarity, and two, organization of that clarity. So when I talk about the practices next, I'm going to be showing you how I organize all of these thoughts so that I don't forget about them. I understand exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing and what the next steps are in order to achieve what I'm trying to achieve. Now, this next benefit truly hits home for me because I got really, really sick over the holidays, and the only thing that I had in my mind wasn't even like how to get better, which was so bad. The first thing that came to mind was, how am I going to serve my clients if I continue being sick for an extended period of time? And I was so nervous. So from that moment on, I knew like I have to treat my body well, treat my mental health well, so that I can get back to, I guess, homeostasis really, in order to serve my clients 100%, because I made these commitments and I plan to do it. I plan to serve them. So it's just ease of mind really. When you are feeling 100%, you can 100% serve your clients the way they deserve to be served. And the last benefit is probably my favorite. It is being able to manifest your future. Now, I know we're getting into the woo now. And honestly, if you're interested in being mindful, you're probably interested a little bit, at least, in the woo. And that is manifesting. I am a true believer of manifesting your dreams and achievements and your future you. So some of these practices will incorporate and help with manifesting, your best version of your future you. All right, so let's get into the different mindful practices that I do as an entrepreneur. The first practice is having a healthy mindset about yourself and your business and your life. And I feel like this first practice really sets the tone for the rest of the other practices, because without a healthy mindset, it's going to be really hard to commit yourself to do the rest of them. So when I mean a healthy mindset, I want us all to kind of remember that your business is not your whole life. Your life, and your health should always be prioritized and come first. And then as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you have complete control to design your business in a way that can align and completely fit into the lifestyle that you're hoping to achieve. It does not come the other way around. We don't build our business and then try to find a way to fit the successful business into a healthy life. You really need to know who you are, what you're trying to achieve, and what kind of lifestyle you're trying to live, and then tweak your business in a way that will fit into it. So I want you to really, whether it be journaling or just like thinking through it, start stepping outside of your business and really think about how you can intentionally design your business in a way that will fit your dreams and goals for your life. And then how can you brand your business in a way that is unique because you are unique, you know? I think, again, this is a lot easier for service-based entrepreneurs. Since you are the product itself, you are the reason why people are coming to you. And when you think about it in this way, there is no competition anymore. There's no other entrepreneur that can do what you do because they are not you. So how can you gain more clarity into who you really are and what makes you unique? And really sell that as part of the service, as part of the product that you're selling. And with that mindset, you don't even have to care about who your competitors are or what they're doing in their space, because you can now stay in your lane, because ideal clients come to you for you. All right, so the next practice is actually my whole morning practice. I do a couple of different things in the morning. When I first wake up, I do Wim Hof Breathing technique, and I'm actually going to show you right here on my Notion. I actually have like a little section that I like to call and that section is where I list out basically all of my things that I'm manifesting in my life, but also all of the different meditations that I have done and really liked. And so I just keep it in like a little database so that I can go back to it in the morning time. I don't need to like go through YouTube to be like searching like different meditations. I can just go to my dashboard or my database in Notion, just go to my favorite ones. And ones that I've been doing recently is I would start off with my Wim Hof breathing technique. I think it's like around 10 to 15 minutes. And it's basically a really easy breathing technique that works so well. It really gets you into the zone. It makes you feel calm. And it's really honestly have changed my life, because for the first time, I actually feel like numbing and tingling all over my body. And I don't typically feel that through meditation, but through Wim Hof breathing, like I really do feel that almost every single time. And when I do feel those tingles and the numbing, I just visualize my body feeling calmer, but also healing itself. So yeah, it's been working really well and I highly recommend it. I will provide all of the links to all of the guided meditations that I do. And then next up is after my Wim Hof breathing technique, I'll move on to some sort of a meditation practice. Right now, I'm really into Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'm reading his book right now called, I believe it's called Supernatural, and it's really amazing book because Dr. Joe Dispenza comes from like a scientific background, and he somehow is able to explain meditation and manifestation in a scientific way where I'm like, yes, like when I read that, I'm like, yeah, it's a bit woo, and then he explains the science behind it. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So I've been really enjoying his book, and in each chapter, he kind of introduces and further explains some of his meditations. So luckily, I've been able to find some guided audio of his meditations on YouTube. And there's different versions of it. So the one that I've been doing, if I have a lot more time, I can do an extended one that's like 40 minutes long. But then I also have another one that's only 15 minutes long. So I'll also share my favorite versions of those meditations in the links below. Or maybe I'll put them on the blog post. So I'll link it to the blog post that's associated with this, this video. And then usually my morning practice ends there, and I'll get into my daily routine, like brushing my teeth and like making matcha or whatever it might be. Other more meditative practices that I've been doing is tapping. So when I do feel very anxious or any kind of like negative emotions that are stored in my body, tapping has been incredible. I'm not going to go into detail of how it works, but if you are interested, I love Gala Darling's tappings, and she has a ton of videos on how to manifest your future, how to dissolve your anxiety, how to feel more love, self-love, and all of those amazing topics. And I think a lot of them are very applicable for entrepreneurs. So I'm going to also link to Gala Darling's YouTube channel and some of my favorite tapping videos in the blog post as well. Another favorite kind of like meditative practice that I've been doing is journaling future self. Now, I don't journal every single day. I'll be very honest with that. Journaling is not the easiest thing for me to do because I find it very time consuming and my hands get really tired, and it's just something that I can't really do daily, but I will typically do it like maybe a couple times a week when I feel up for it, or when I have some downtime and I want to get away from all of my technology, then I'll bring out my journal. Usually this is the journal that I journal on. And I also recently realized, because I don't really love like writing that much because I have so many thoughts and I can't write as fast as I think, I've actually started a journal on Notion as well. So yeah, that's been working well. When I want to journal but I don't want to write, I'll just like journal it on my Notion because I type really fast. I can type probably as fast as I think. So yeah, this is though the journal that I've been using usually. And one of my favorite things to journal about is my future self. And this is a really popular manifestation technique. And it really gives me a lot of clarity in terms of getting back to the mindset thing, is to understand like what my most amazing future self can be. And you can go wild here. When you are journaling about your future self, you're journaling as if you are already in the future in the present tense. So you would be writing like, today is 2030, February 1st, and I am on my beautiful deck, massive deck, living in my beautiful white house or whatever it might be, and just go wild. And I get honestly really, really excited when I do future self journaling because There's no limits in terms of how you want to live your lifestyle. But with that gives you a little bit more clarity in terms of what you actually want. If you are starting a business right now, or you're running a business right now where you are starting to think about hiring a ton of people, if your future self is not about managing people, like you don't want to be responsible for other people, then maybe hiring other people is not the way to go. You know, it just gives you a little bit more. That was kind of a weird example, but you know what I mean. By really writing out your dreams and your future self, you really get a sense of who you are trying to achieve to be in the future. And so that will give you a little bit more clarity. Like if you're hustling all day long just to make, you know, $5,000 a month, is that sustainable long term? Does continuing that help you get to your future self? So some of the questions might come up when you start journaling about your future self. On the same topic of kind of thinking and visualizing about your future self, you might want to also tune into specifically for your business. One thing that I like to do with some of my clients is to help them really think about like closing their eyes and really visualizing their origin story. Like, what are those pivotal moments in your life that you've lived through that really brought you to where you are today? And then thinking out into the future, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, and start visualizing what your work lifestyle will be. Specifically for your business. What kind of business owner will you be in the future? Who are those clients that you are serving? How will you make your clients feel? Really focus on the emotions and the feeling and the gratitude. Like, what kind of feelings are you feeling as that future business owner? So really start visualizing those things into more solid images in your head, and that will really help you again realize, you know, what you're trying to achieve and whether what you're doing today will help you get to that place. All right, this is the very last practice that I like to do as a mindful entrepreneur, and that is to really start, now that you've have some visions of your future self and what you're trying to achieve and the kind of lifestyle that you're trying to achieve. Now let's bring some more organization to that clarity that you just got, right? How do you organize your business in a way so that you understand exactly who you are, why you're doing what you're doing, what you offer, who you're serving, and the purpose, the why, you know, all of that needs to be organized in a space. And because we talk all about brand identity here, I'm a brand strategist here, I also want to include understanding who your brand is because of all of those things and the identity of your business. And the way that I like to organize this is on Notion. So I'm going to show you on Notion really quickly how I organize all of this information so that I can easily go back to it, refer to it whenever I need to, just remind myself why I'm doing what I'm doing, but also to easily share with other people so that people understand my vision, who I'm serving, all those things that I said. So let's hop onto my laptop right now to just look at how I organize it all. Hello, welcome to my laptop and my Notion page. So this is really going behind the scenes and seeing how I organize my brand. I've created a Notion page here because I feel like it is the easiest way to edit the document moving forward, but also share the document. And I'm not afraid to share this with you guys because honestly, this is something that I think it's really important to share, and I don't see this from a lot of other people. So I think it's really insightful to kind of see how other business owners are organizing what they might call a brand strategy guide, but what I like to call your brand story playbook, specifically because your brand is the story of you and your business, and a playbook because it's a moving, flexible document that's always going to be updated. So if it's in a PDF document, it's a little bit less flexible that way. So first off, I really want to understand in summary, like what my business is about. So this is just a quick summary. Made on Sunday Studio is a brand design studio for creative female entrepreneurs. Through mindful brand design, resources, and consultations, Cheryl empowers women to feel in complete alignment and creative flow so they can confidently share their ideas with the world. So that's kind of my business summary in general. And then just flying through here, a statement of my mission and my vision. And this is my why. Really understand why I started this business in the first place. And it's because I believe that the best creative ideas are shared when women feel in complete alignment with their life, business, and purpose. My value pillars, what I value, who my client is. And this really gets into deep, like, what are their main challenges? What are their problems? How can I solve that problem for them? What my offerings are. This is how I'm actually delivering on those benefits and delivering on those solutions to those challenges, right? What I actually offer. Then it gets into my brand voice and my brand tone words, which are so important. And I go through this whole process with my clients to kind of identify what their brand tone words are, those key feeling adjectives that really describe what your business is all about. And then I get into the mood board that I created and some of these elements that really represent my brand. And this is a sneak peek because honestly, this is my rebrand for Made on Sundays, and I'm slowly rolling it out to everywhere. But I haven't officially launched it yet because I feel like a website launch is like the real launch, but that's not coming till later in the year. My new brand colors, and then a font guideline. So that's not as important, but I feel like this first part here is exactly how I gain clarity. Every time I am working with a copywriter, I know exactly, I can share them this document so they know exactly the tone of voice, who I'm serving, why I'm doing what I'm doing, just to give myself a reminder of, the crux of what my business is all about and how it is fitting into my life. So no matter whether I'm working with a new team member or I'm working with a contractor or I am writing my copy for my social media or I'm creating these videos, I remember at the core of everything why I'm doing what I'm doing and whether what I'm going to spend time on doing moving forward is aligned to my core purpose for my business. So that's a little sneak peek into my brand story playbook and how that might play into being more of a mindful entrepreneur. All right, you guys, now that is all of the mindful practices that I'm sharing today. I hope these are helpful, and if you can stay consistent at least with a few of these, and most importantly the mindset one, then you can really start incorporating this sense of calm into your business. And that is exactly what I am trying to achieve with my business, but also hopefully with helping yours too. So if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, but also subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be talking a lot more about how to align your business, brand your business, and design your business in a way that fits into your life in the next couple of months. I actually have a really exciting offer coming up in a couple of months, so keep your ears peeled. Go follow me on Instagram, and you can also subscribe to my email newsletter to get instant updates. Basically, my email list is going to be the first people to hear about this new offer, and it's going to be helping female entrepreneurs to gain more alignment and clarity into your business. Basically, kind of what I showed you today. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Tell me, when can I see you again? But maybe this time not.